I've got a sick joke for you. How many people does it take to circumcise a whale? 4 skin divers. Not sick enough for you? Why did the pervert cross the road? Dick was stuck in the chicken. Still not sick enough for you? I'm getting so sensitive I don't care what I say anymore anyway. How about the sick people who are running this shit show? Sick jokes of human beings. Not funny, but jokes of human beings, and sick. Sometimes you just get lightning bolts, don't you, of just how fucking sick. So much of this is the level of evil, and it catches you off guard because you and I are pretty good people. Not perfect. Had our times, but we're pretty good people. We can't even reconcile. Same as when C-19 happened. It was the size of the lie and the level of evil that made people not be able to realise that it was a pile of shit. Same thing now. We can't even imagine the level of evil that exists in some of these people, in some of these things that they're doing. The level of sickness. Can't reconcile. Can't join it up. Can't even identify. It's so sick. These people would lie and cheat and steal and maim and end the lives of their own grandmas and kids. They have. Get these lightning bolts of what the actual fuck is going on, and how can people be so sick? They're sitting in meetings. They've got agendas, and they're sitting in meetings. They've got targets and slapping each other's backs because they've hit the targets of how can we drive men and women apart? How can we make women hate men more? How can we make more trans kids in the world? Targets and agendas. Like what? What? How can we burn some more books and eliminate history so it suits us? How can we manipulate some more weather? How's the spraying going? Let's ramp up the heart and flood people out and watch them get flooded down their own main streets, trapped in their cars and die, and know that we did it and slap each other's backs at the end of it. Like, what? This is sick shit, man. And then we'll use that as the environmental gaslight to steal everyone's stuff, steal everyone's taxes, and scare kids. It just goes on and on and on and on. It looks like everywhere you look these days, isn't it? Food additives and shit. Who is approving this shit? Diet Coke has got a 4-star health rating. 4 stars. Beef jerky has got 1 star. What? Who's sitting there at their desk approving that? What? Who? What? That is sick. That is sick shit. Look at the medical industry. Look at Big Pharma. They know they've got cures. They know they're making people sick with certain drugs so that they can keep them back and coming on the rent roll. They know that their profits are through the roof. And they're watching people just get sick and pump chemo into them while they've got cheap alternatives, and they know, they're watching. Who's in the boardrooms right now with the books on the table that are full of pedo shit, and they're approving them for fucking schools? There's a book on the table that says, old Barry approached little Jimmy, who was only 6 from behind, and removed his singlet. Little Jimmy was excited and scared at the same time, but like, what? Why would that be in a library in a school? Like, how fucking far removed is this shit? And while we're on that, so that's ticked off. We've ticked off on that. How's the legislation going saying that these same said Johnny 6-year-old can chop his dick off because we've turned him upside down and we don't have to tell his parents? How's that legislation going? Can't wait to tick that one off. Like, you could just go on and on and on and on and on. What's with this fentanyl stuff? It would be very easy to rein in fentanyl. The misery and destruction on society from that stuff. It'd be very easy to just regulate it a bit more heavily. They just flood the market and just ruin people's spirits and lives and societies at the same time as opening borders so that they can just dilute and destroy society further. Just watching it happen, sitting there from their gilded skyscrapers, watching what they've done. There's misery and carnage. At the same time as they're just stealing stuff. At the same time as they're defunding the police and letting crime go and then jailing little kids for life in private jails while removing funding from programs that actually work, that give kids a little bit of hope, all at the same time as holding back a whole heap of cures and a whole heap of technology and a whole heap of systems like free energy and laws and that could make a free, healthy, happy, functioning society, holding it all back, tax, and then laundering it overseas, stealing it. How's the wars going? Let's just turn entire civilizations into rubble. And how are the arms sales going? As long as we're hitting targets, we've sold $16 trillion worth of weapons to do this. Oh, well done. Good target. Oh, it's been a good year. Meanwhile, why don't we kill all the fucking chickens? Millions and millions and millions of food, because for no reason, while we kill the bees, the fucking bees, the humble bumblebee, let's kill them while we introduce genetically modified mosquitoes. Like, what the fuck? This is some sick shit, man. And indigenous populations, got a lot to learn from them. Amazing civilizations and communities, or whatever the other word I'm looking for, going back thousands and thousands of years, totally in touch with the land and spirituality. Let's just turn them upside down, spin them around, turn them against themselves and each other, and use their indigenous issues to steal land through land rights, through UN drip, and turn them against each other, the level of evil. But anyway, as if you don't know me, I've been doing these videos for 5 years. I can't say everything in every video, but this isn't working. This is totally transparent. Have hope. We see all this shit now. This has been going on for years. We see all this shit. They've made a major play because they're defending. We think we're under attack right now. We think that they're attacking us, but they're actually defending. It's a bunch of old men, old weak men, sitting there sucking their thumb, trying to defend what they've had for so long, the luxury that they've always had. Not strong people. These people couldn't knock the shit out of a paper bag full of shit. And humanity is rising. It's transparent. We have the alternatives. They've lost control of the financial system. They've lost control of the media. They've lost control of you and me. They've lost control of spirituality. In the meantime, they do have control of the weather. We're living in a sci-fi movie. They're ramping up the harp and the skies and the spraying and stuff, and they do have control of the current financial system, and God help us in between if you're stuck in the middle of that. But coming out the other side, humanity does rise. Embrace the change and bank the wins when they come. We're not just handing it all over. Don't be scared. We'll be all right. Everything's out in the open now. COVID-19 had to happen. And it pushed out all of this stuff. And so much more good has come of it from bad. And a lot more bad will come from a lot more good for it. And go to a stand in the park. You've got to show your face. You've got to move your body. And I've got one more sick joke for you. Well, it's not sick, but I might as well blow the top of it while I'm saying whatever I want. Why is Dwayne Johnson the only man that can convert lesbians? Because rock beats scissors. Anyway, love your bones.